Inside the Deck is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best online retailer for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product, and GatheringMagic.com, your place to explore the game.
I have a couple friends that are big into the scene, and I got a little bit of help and deck recommendations based off what they said, and wanted to come out and try and see what I could do, so try and compete. My name's Ryan, and I'm playing Legacy Slivers. Well, Slivers are awesome. They're a great tribe. It runs 12 Lords, 12 +1/+1 Slivers. Nothing really higher than 2 mana cost, and it's all about turning them sideways and dealing damage to the opponent. Well, I like Slivers. I got back into them around Legions. I thought I had a pretty good deck list. I made a couple of modifications and made it a little bit more Legacy playable. Did it on a decent budget. Happy about that. I feel like I'm using a very non-traditional mana base for Legacy. I don't have any of the fetch lands or dual lands. Like the essential card against just about any blue deck is Cavern of Souls to make sure my Slivers hit the board and don't get countered. Sliver Hive is there to fix mana as well, but also be able to tap for colorless. And if it goes to late game, I can make a Sliver by tapping 5 colorless and Sliver Hive. I run 2 Gemstone Mine to fix my colors again, Thran Quarry to do basically the same thing, tap for any color, and 1 Plains and 1 Forest for my primary colors in the deck. Of my creatures, there's 12 +1/+1s. There's Muscle Sliver, Sinew Sliver, Predatory Sliver. For some other bodies, gives them flanking. It basically acts as another Muscle Sliver. I run 2 Gem Hides to help fix the mana base a little bit more. 1 First Strike Sliver. For protection, I run 4 Crystalline and 3 Hibernation Sliver. And for a couple an added touch, I have 1 Siphon Sliver and 1 Bonesight Sliver. The non-creature spells I run are 4 Aether Vial and 3 Thorn of Amethyst. And to kind of go with that, I have 3 Thalia to hate on the non-creature spells that everyone loves to play. The main board is about attacking. So in the sideboard, I have some fixing of that to deal with something that I struggled with in the last game. Harmonic Sliver to destroy artifacts or enchantments anytime a Sliver comes into play. I have 2 Dormant Sliver for a game that might stall out and I need to fill up the board and find cards to take care of what the opponent has. I have a Sliver Hive Lord for any Wrath of God type effects. Necrotic Sliver is for basically Vindicate on any target. Tormod's Crypt against a lot of the graveyard-based decks. 2 Humming Sliver in order to tutor up whatever Slivers I need to answer my opponent. And 2 more Gem Hide Slivers to help ramp into the more expensive cards in the sideboard. My best matchup? I actually couldn't tell you because I faced 6 different decks so far. Delver wasn't bad. It basically just becomes a race, and my guys are bigger than the Pyromancer tokens. But if my Slivers don't stay on the board, then I can't win. Dredge was probably my worst matchup because I don't have too much of a way to interact with them. But I'd say I would also fare well enough against other tribal decks. I'm actually not sure. The big way to change it would be changing the mana base. And what my friends kind of recommended was going counter Slivers. But I don't own any Force of Will or the fetch lands or the dual lands, so I picked a more budget route, but just kept the aggro, and the aggro is keeping up pace. And if your guys get big and they don't get uninterrupted, they're gonna take out the opponent's life.